Digital art should feel playful and freeing, right? But starting at a blank white canvas can feel just plain scary. I have been there, wondering where to even place the first line and realizing that drawing on glass doesn't feel like drawing on paper. Today, I am going to hold your hand and show you my favorite confident boost secret: tracing pages inside Procreate. If you want to follow along, just download the page. I am leaving the link in the description. Let's start from here. What is a tracing book? A tracing book is simply a collection of ready-made outlines. Think of them as training wheels for your creativity. Each page in my tracing books is made with love, and I draw them all by hand right here at Maria Palito Studio. I don't use any computer robots or artificial intelligence, just my pencil and heart. That's why the lines feel soft and real. You might see little curves and wiggles, and that's good. They help guide your hand and make tracing feel easy and fun. It's like tracing something a real person made just for you, and that makes a big difference when you are learning. Hi friend, I am Maria Palito, and today I'm going to talk about tracing books for Procreate, and I will even trace one of the pages for you in real time, right here on the screen. If you are new here, welcome to Maria Palito Studio. I share simple, joyful drawing ideas that anyone can try. No pressure, just play. So feel free to explore and draw with me anytime. Make sure to tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Each of my tracing books includes 20 beautiful pages that I carefully draw by hand just for you to trace and enjoy. You also get a special brush set and a color palette that matches the theme of the tracing book. That means you don't need to spend time looking for tools or thinking about what colors to use. You can just open the book, pick up a page, and start drawing right away. Everything is made with love to help you feel calm, happy, and confident while you create. Whether you have just a few minutes or a whole afternoon, your tracing book is always ready for you. Let me tell you a little story about how I accidentally created my first tracing page. At the time, I was trying to get better at inking digitally. But every time I open a new canvas in Procreate, I feel stuck. I didn't want to sketch something new from scratch. I was tired, drained, and I just wanted a moment of peace, something low pressure and calming. I pulled up one of my older drawings and lowered the opacity. I added a new layer and started tracing over it, just to practice, and that's when the magic happened. Suddenly, I was completely focused. My breathing slowed, and I felt this unexpected calm. Tracing that page helped me let go of the fear of the blank page. It brought me back to the simple joy of drawing, just following lines and enjoying the moment. That quiet, peaceful time gave me a special idea. What if I make a whole book full of pages like this, soft, friendly outlines that anyone could trace when they need to relax and feel calm or build a little confidence? And that's how my tracing books were born, with love, care, and the hope to help others feel the same joy I did. If you are just starting with Procreate, and feeling unsure where to begin. Tracing practice can be a wonderful first step. It takes away the pressure of coming up with a brand new idea and lets you focus on learning the tools, building confidence, and simply enjoying the process. Little by little, you will get used to how your Apple Pencil moves, how the layers work, and how to draw clean, smooth lines without worrying if it looks perfect. As a gentle stretch to wake up your creativity. Take a deep breath and let your wrist stay relaxed. Follow the lines like a quiet rhythm. It isn't about being perfect, it's just about being present. Every line you draw is a little act of care for yourself. Okay, let's talk about why tracing helps you learn to draw in Procreate. If you are learning how to draw, tracing is one of the easiest and kindest ways to get started. It's not cheating, it's training. Tracing helps your hands and eyes work together. You begin to notice the shape of things, how lines curve, and where to add little details. When you trace, you are building muscle memory. That means your hand slowly learns how to move in a smooth, confident way. It's like teaching your body to ride a bike, but with your pencil. Tracing also takes away the stress of what should I draw and lets you focus on the fun part, making art. You don't have to think too hard, you can just do. And the best part, the more you trace, the more your own style will start to shine. Over time, you will feel ready to draw with your own shapes and ideas. Tracing is simply the first gentle step on your drawing journey. When you stop worrying about making your drawing perfect, something beautiful happens. You start to enjoy the process. You stop judging every line and instead you just focus on what it feels to draw. That's when learning becomes fun. By removing the pressure, you give yourself permission to play, explore, and make mistakes, because that's how we grow. Tracing helps with this because it gives you a path to follow, so your mind can relax, and when you are relaxed, your brain and hands work better together. You start learning without even realizing it, because you are having fun. One of the biggest things that can block your creativity is the pressure to make everything look perfect. That pressure makes us freeze, overthink, and sometimes even give up before we start. But the truth is, drawing doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. When you let go of the idea that your art needs to be just right, you open the door to joy, curiosity, and real growth. That's where tracing becomes so powerful. It takes away the hardest part, deciding what to draw and trying to get it right on the first try. Instead, you get to follow soft, gentle lines and focus on how your hands move, how the pencil flows, and how drawing makes you feel. And guess what? When you are relaxed and enjoy yourself, you actually learn more. Your brain is calm, your body is less tense, and your heart is more open to the experience. You start noticing shapes, lines, and spaces without even trying. You are training your eyes and hands in a peaceful, natural way. That's the magic of removing stress. You give yourself the gift of being present, and in that safe, happy space, your creativity begins to bloom. Beginner tip for tracing in Procreate. Tip number 1. Always add a new layer on top of your tracing page. This is where you will draw your clean lines. If you draw on the same layer as the template, you won't be able to fix mistakes without erasing the original. Tip number 2. If you make a little mistake, don't worry. Just tap the screen with 2 fingers. That's the undo gesture. It's a quick way to erase your last stroke, and it makes everything feel less scary. Tip number 3. Use your fingers to zoom in and out. When you get close to the lines, it's easier to trace smooth and steady curves. Number 4. Try turning on something called a streamline in your brush settings. It helps your lines feel softer and flow more smoothly. It's like your brush is holding your hand, making your strokes feel extra graceful. Tip number 5. Lower the opacity on your tracing layer. When your template is nice and light, your new lines will show clearly on top. It's much easier to focus that way. Tip number 6. Don't be afraid to go slow. There is no rush here. Let your hand move gently and breathe with each line. This is your calm space. One more thing, every time you sit down to draw, you are getting better, even if it doesn't feel perfect. This is your creative time, and it's meant to feel good. How to pick colors for the tracing. Now, let's talk about something really fun, colors. Picking colors might feel a little confusing at first, especially if you are new to Procreate. But don't worry, there are no right or wrong way to choose colors. Color is all about feeling. Inside each tracing book, I include a matching color palette, so you don't have to guess what looks good together. You can just tap on color and start coloring. It makes everything easier, especially when you are just starting out. But if you want to play and try your own colors, that's okay too. Start with soft colors that feel gentle to your eyes, like light pinks, soft blues, and warm browns. These colors help to relax while you draw. I like to play with colors by mixing different shades inside the shapes. To make it easier, I use different layers for each color or part. This way I can move things around, change colors, or fix small parts without starting over. And honestly, it's more fun that way. With colors, you can also think about the mood you want to feel. If you want something calm, try cool colors like blue and green. If you want something bright and happy, go with warm colors like yellow, orange, or pink. Here's a fun little tip. Try using a color that makes you smile. Even if it doesn't match anything, if it brings you joy, use it. That's the magic of art. It's your choice. Remember, you can always change your mind. You can try a color, see how it feels, and pick a different one if you want. This is your space to explore and have fun. So don't stress too much about choosing the perfect color. The best color is the one that makes you happy in this moment. Now, let's talk about layers and why they are so helpful for you. In Procreate, layers are your best friend. At first, it might feel like too much to keep track of. You might think, why do I need so many layers? Isn't one enough? But trust me, once you get into the drawing, you will be so glad that you have them. I like to use different layers for different things in my drawings. I know you are just tracing a page, but you can trace items in different layers to be able to delete or adjust things while you are tracing. I like to separate layers for different parts of the drawing, like leaves, flowers, or letters. Why? Because it makes everything easier. If you want to erase something, move a shape, or try a new color, you can do it without touching the rest of your art. If everything is the same layer, it can be hard to fix little mistakes. You might try to erase one little part, but end up erasing something important that you wanted to keep, and that can feel really frustrating, especially when you are happy with that part. Yes, sometimes it might feel like you have too many layers, like a big pile that looks like a mess. But don't worry, it's actually a good kind of mess. All those layers give you more control over your drawing. You don't have to name every layer, unless you really want to. Don't worry about it. Think of layers like sheets of paper. Each one lets you try something new without messing up what's already there. So don't be afraid of using lots of layers. They are here to help, and they make the drawing process feel safe and fun. Starting something new can feel scary, but you are not alone. Starting a new hobby or learning a new skill can feel exciting, but also a little scary and messy, right? When I first opened Procreate, I didn't know what to tap, what brush to choose, or even how to start drawing. The screen felt big and empty, and honestly, a little bit scary. And that's normal. Every time we begin something new, we feel unsure. We don't know where to start, and that can make us feel stuck. But the good news is you don't have to figure it out all on your own. There are so many soft and easy ways to start learning Procreate today. One of my favorite ways is with tracing books. They help take away the fear of the blank page. You just open your book, use a page, and start tracing. It's a gentle way to trace without stress. You can also look on Pinterest for some sketches and drawings to inspire you. You don't have to copy perfectly, just use them to practice and have fun. And of course, there are lots of tutorials on YouTube. Many of them are made just for beginners and show you exactly what to do step by step. You can find in my channel many beginner-friendly tutorials that will help you start with your creative process. And if you need a little help getting started, I made a free Procreate Starter guide that you can download at mariapalitostudio.com. It's made with love to help you feel confident and supported. So remember, starting something new doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. One small step at a time. I am here to cheer you on. Let's talk about a few little mistakes that almost everyone makes when they are first learning Procreate. Don't worry, these are totally normal. They are just small lessons that help you grow. This happens a lot. You might start tracing or coloring and later realize you used the template layer. To fix this, always double-check your layers before you start drawing and try to name or lock the ones you are not using. Mistake number 2. Forgetting to save your work. Procreate does autosave, but it's still a good habit to back up your files now and then. You can share them as PNGs or save them to the cloud just in case. Mistake number 3. No zooming in. Sometimes we try to draw tiny details without zooming in, and it makes things harder than they need to be. Pinch the screen to zoom in and out so your lines are clean and clear. Life can feel so busy and loud, right? Every day, there's so much to do. Places to go, things to finish, people to take care of. Our phone keeps buzzing, and the world moves so fast. That's why it's so important to find little moments just for you, to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with your heart. Drawing can be one of those quiet spaces. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to feel safe and peaceful. Even just 10 minutes a day with your iPad can help you feel calm again. Tracing is calming, like a soft hug for your brain. When you trace, something special happens. Your hand flows soft lines and your mind begins to settle. You are not worrying about creating something new. You are simply enjoying the motion. It's like a slow dance between your pencil and your page. Tracing helps your brain relax and gives your heart a break from overthinking. Many people say it feels like a small, happy meditation. It's not about the final picture, it's about how you feel while doing it. For my ADHD mind, the iPad is my cozy space. As someone with ADHD, my mind is always full, racing with thoughts, ideas, emotions. Some days feel too much, but my iPad became a safe little island. When I open Procreate, I start tracing. I feel grounded. It helps me pause, feel my feelings, and let them move through me. I am not trying to fix myself. I am just giving myself a space. Art helps me listen to my heart when everything else feels too loud. We live in a very fast world. There's always something to do, a new message to check, a new task to finish. It's no surprise that anxiety has become part of our everyday life. Our minds are full and our hearts feel heavy. That's why finding a space to breathe is so important, and art can be that place. When we draw, color, or trace, we give our minds a gentle break. We shift our focus from worry to movement. We are not trying to fix everything. We are just allowing ourselves to feel and to be. And that one can be healing. I started drawing when I was a teenager. Back then, I didn't know I was using art to calm my mind. But that's exactly what it was. A little escape where I could breathe easier and feel safe. That's still true for me today. For me, a craft room or even now as an adult, when life feels too loud, I go back to my iPad. I open Procreate, pick a brush, and just start tracing. It's like creating a little bubble around myself, a quiet space where I can hear my inner voice again. No noise, just peace. We are surrounded by constant information, news, notifications, social media. It's like our brain never gets a break. Tracing helps you turn down the noise, even just for a few minutes. You can step away from the buzz and come back to yourself. In today's world, being able to focus is a gift, and like any skill, it can be practiced. Tracing helps train your mind to stay in the moment, to follow one line, one shape, one breath at a time, and that's a kind of magic. Tracing isn't about being perfect. It's about giving yourself a few minutes of calm, a soft, safe way to reconnect with yourself without pressure, without noise, without needing to perform. It's a gift you give to your nervous system and your soul. If life feels too fast, too noisy, too much, remember that you are allowed to pause. You are allowed to draw slowly, to color just for fun, to trace just because it feels good. Art doesn't need a reason, it just needs you. Here, now, taking care of your heart. I hope you enjoy this content, and I am leaving you with some songs about coloring and tracing. Remember that you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be you. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching my content. I hope you enjoyed this.
Colors in my hand, quiet in my mind, lines on the paper, peace I can't find. One stroke, one breath, let the chaos fade. In this little moment I feel safe. Color me calm, color me free, let the shade take care of me. Heart on the page, soul in the hue, healing comes in red, green, blue. silence speaks in a gentle glow. Every swirl's a tiny prayer, a rainbow hug floating in the air. Color me calm, color me free, let the shade take care of me. Heart on the page, soul in the hue, healing comes in red, green, blue. Mental storms, they fade away. When I color, I feel okay. In this space, I find my light, drawing hope in black and white. So color me calm, color me kind, let me paint peace inside my mind. Colors in my hand, quiet in my mind. Lines on the paper, peace I can find. One stroke, one breath, let the chaos fade. In this little moment I feel safe. Color me calm, color me free, let the shade take care of me. Heart on the page, soul in the hue, healing comes in red, green, blue. No need for words, just let it flow. The silence speaks in a gentle glow. Every swirl's a tiny prayer, a rainbow hug floating in the air. Color me calm, color me free, let the shade take care of me. Heart on the page, soul in the hue, healing comes in red, green, blue. Mental storms, they fade away. When I color, I feel okay. In this space, I find my light, drawing hope in black and white. So color me calm, color me kind, let me paint peace inside my mind. Pixels and color dust, draw with joy, create with trust. Tech and color hand in hand, like digital trails in shifting sand. I don't need paint tubes or a giant brush, just my screen and a sugar rush. Swipe the stylus, tap some light, watch the canvas bloom just right. Shapes and scribbles bold or bright, sketch the moon or morning light. No need for rules, no need to cry, just let your colored dust lead the way. My iPad is bright, my fingers slide, a rainbow playground comes alive. Cartoons, portraits, stickers flare, dreamed up right from anywhere. Trees that bloom, hearts that spin, looping gifs with grinning chins. Tap a button, catch the shine, and suddenly the art is mine. Blended soft like twilight's hush, smudge and shade without the fuss. From nature's roots to neon sparks, this isn't tech, it's living art. Pixels and colored dust, draw with joy, create with trust. Undo the feeder, redo the play, let colors lead you on your way. Shapes and scribbles, bold or bright, sketch the moon or morning light. No need for rules, no need to cry, just let your colored dust lead the way. So here's your sign, just take the leap. Your iPad's dreams aren't made for sleep. It's where your roots and rhythms pair, and masterpieces bloom everywhere.